Hello friends, this is Dr. Rajiv Gupta from Srimati M.D. Patel Institute of Physical Science and Research, Anand. The course name is BSc Chemistry. The semester is 5th semester. The subject is Analytical Chemistry and its subject code is US05 CCHE24. The unit number is 3, which is chromatography second, and its first topic is gas chromatography, which we are currently studying. And in this current lecture, I am going to talk on the uh, next component of gas chromatography, which is column. Columns. In gas chromatography instrument, the used column is a hurt. Okay, it is a hurt in this technique. Means it is a very main component or very key component of this instrument or this technique, because this is the part of the instrument where the separation of various components actually takes place. Okay, separation of mixtures actually takes place inside these columns. As we see the name column, what is column? It generally a type of uh, hollow tube which contains space inside or has a hollow lumen inside this and contains side walls just like a pipe like structure, that is column. These columns which contains stationary phase, in these columns the separation of these mixtures of compounds of a sample takes place. Depending on the nature or filling nature of columns, how we fill these columns with stationary phase, these columns has been divided into two parts. First is the packed column and the second is open tubular column, which is also called OTC. O for open, T for tubular, C for column. The packed column, as we see its name, the packed meaning there is no space remaining after the filling this column, means whole the space of this column, insider space, will be filled, completely filled with stationary phase, stationary liquid phase, as we are learning GLC, gas liquid chromatography. So the stationary phase is liquid phase, will be liquid phase, actually liquid phase. So this whole the column will be filled that stationary liquid phase. But in case of open tubular column, here only a thin coating of stationary phase will be made inside the column. Okay, in this diagram, this first portion is shown for packed column, where this outside lining is shown as a covering of this column, which could be made up of stainless steel or glass or other metal material, which which covered this complete column to give this type of geometry. Generally these columns have this type of circular shape if we see their transfer section, and inside this we see the stationary phase which is completely filled this space. All the space inside the column is completely filled with this stationary phase. This stationary phase which contains many pores and channels in between. So this stationary phase, which is actually liquid stationary phase, will be highly porous. So in between some nano micro pores, we can see that through which our mobile phase which contains sample goes through. So this is the packed column. This is the transfer section of packed column is shown. Generally packed column diameter are chosen in between 0.53 to 4 mm. Okay, 0.53 to 4 mm, and diameter, this complete diameter from this side to this side, this complete diameter 0.53 mm to 4 mm. In wall coated open tubular column, which is called WCOT, we can say wall coated open tubular column. Also we can say only open tubular column. Means wall coated means this insider wall, not outsider. This insider wall of this lumen of this column is coated with this stationary phase. Okay, so here it is shown as this wall is formed as a polyimide coating. A polyimide coating is present over a stainless steel or other things. Then over this a fused silica coating is present, very thin layer, and over this a liquid stationary phase is coated, and this black portion is completely free. Means this is a blank space, we can say, where the mobile phase with sample can go very fast inside the column. Here the mobility of the mobile phase will be slower due to this packed nature of column, but in this the flow of gas with sample will be very fast compared to this. Now the packed column, it is normally a 4 mm diameter tube of stainless steel, copper or cupronickel or glass. Could be these type of materials. If it is a glass, then we can see the insider material. Cupronickel means it could be a alloy mixture, or these copper or steel, means that type of material is chosen that should not corrode over a long time of period. So these type of materials are used to form these type of column material. Then these shapes, these columns, because we know that the length of these columns are very high, with the length of range 120 centimeter to 150 centimeter. The length of column could be 1 meter to 1.5 meters. So this length is very long. To put this column inside the smaller space in the instrument to set this column, we have to make this a special, we have to provide it a special shape like U shape or coil shape or spiral shape. Why we provide this type of shape to this column? Because these columns occupy lesser space in our laboratory or in our instrument. Okay, so these coil shape or spiral like shape structures are choose for these type of columns because their length is very high, 1.5 meter or 2 meters, filled with a solid powder of high mesh. See, these packed column will be completely filled with solid powder of high mesh. That solid powder could be that type of high surface area material that has high pores over it. Okay, high pores over it. So what is the meaning of high mesh? That is high porous material, highly porous material that contains high mesh. Means we can measure the number of pores per unit area. Number of pores on this solid powder, number of pores per unit area of this powder is called that the mesh, a measuring quantity of pores per unit area. So this high mesh material is used, high mesh solid powder will be used to form these type of packed column, because this high surface area or high porous stationary phase will provide various high number of channels to go mobile phase molecules and sample molecules through the column. The solid support provides inert surface on which the liquid is coated, because we are studying GLC technique, gas liquid chromatography. So in this technique we use liquid stationary phase. So what, a non-volatile liquid will be coated over this solid powder, okay, or over this solid support. A very thin layer of this non-volatile liquid, which could be a organic solvent which is non-volatile, will be coated over this solid support, and this liquid actually works as a liquid stationary phase in this packed column. It is thermally stable at a temperature at which the column operates. This liquid will be very stable at the temperature of column, means on column temperature it will be very stable, means it will not become volatile during experiment, because it is very highly non-volatile, means having very high boiling point. The support is commonly inert and non-active in a separation process. The used support, that is this solid as well as this liquid, both will be very inert or non-active, because during the experiment, as we know that the temperature of the column could be very high, 100 degrees centigrade to 200 degrees centigrade. So at that temperature these solid support and this liquid does not react with sample molecules or mobile phase molecules. See this again, this schematic diagram of this gas chromatograph, where all the parts we have seen in a previous lecture. See this column part, this is the column. What we said, that the column shape is coiled or spiral like shape, coiled or spiral. See, this contains a spiral shape, this is this has a spiral shape column, which starts from this point. This is the starting point of column and this is the end point of column, where just after this detector starts. So entire column has a very a special shape which is coiled, okay, or a spiral shape, and this column put into this assembly inside this thermostat, where a constant temperature is maintained throughout the experiment inside the column. So here we can observe the shape of the column. Now the liquid used as the stationary phase should have, this is the stationary phase which is liquid, is some properties are shown. What properties should this liquid phase contains? That should be good solvent. Property for component of mixtures, because we know that in GLC technique the separation of various components takes place which are based on the principle of partition. Due to that partition of various components, the various amounts of various components dissolve in this liquid stationary phase. So this liquid phase should contain a good solvent property which dissolve different components with their different partition coefficients. Okay, so here it is shown partition coefficient concept. This liquid should have partition coefficient values different from different components. Means if we have 4 components in our sample, then for all the 4 components their partition coefficient values should be different for this liquid stationary phase. Means one component will dissolve in higher amount in this liquid, some other component will dissolve in lesser amount in this liquid. So this should be different. It should have high thermal stability, as we discussed earlier. It should be highly thermally stable, means there should no any change in its property, and it should not react with any component of this instrument. It should have low vapor pressure at column temperature, this TC, T for temperature, C for column, that is column temperature. At column temperature is that temperature on which the instrument operates during experiment. So this liquid should have low vapor pressure. This Vp is vapor pressure. We know that a liquid which has low vapor pressure, its boiling point will be very high. Okay, because vapor pressure of a liquid and its boiling point will be are inversely proportional to each other. So it should be a low vapor pressure liquid stationary phase which contains high boiling point. So at higher column temperatures around 200 degrees Celsius, even that 200 degrees Celsius, this liquid will be very stable inside the column and it will not become volatile inside the column. It should have chemically inert nature towards sample components. Now the discussion of open tubular columns. Open tubular columns, the concept of separation is same, but there is some uh, differences are made inside the column to make better separation of sample. For different type of samples we may use packed column or we may use open tubular column, that depends on the nature of that sample. The OTC is constructed of glass or fused silica. Okay, as we shown in earlier slide, that a fused silica which is coated over insider wall of the column. Okay, and on this fused silica there will be a liquid stationary phase will be coated, very thin layer of liquid stationary phase. So these type of columns could be made with glass or steel or other things. Okay, with 0.25 to 0.5 mm inner diameter. Okay, see, remember this diameter of this column is very low compared to packed column. The packed column diameter was almost 4 mm. Okay, 4 mm, but it is very low compared to that packed column. It is 0.2, it could be 0.25 mm to 0.5 mm. That is inner diameter, insider diameter, and its length will be very high compared to packed column. Its length could be 30 to 40 meters. We see in packed column the maximum length of the column could be 1.5 meter, but here the maximum length could be 40 meters. It is very long compared to packed column. So for open tubular column, these are the uh, designing parameters where we put like this. Why these are so long and so thin, we will discuss in these lines. The inner side is coated with a stationary phase of liquid. As I said, the thickness of the liquid film is kept between 0.2 to 0.5 micrometer. This is the thickness of liquid stationary phase which is coated over this fused silica. Okay, so we can see that it is in the range of micrometer. So it is very thin layer, 0.2 to 0.5 micrometer of liquid stationary phase. The stationary phase is slowly eluted from column by the mobile phase. As we know that the insider lumen is completely free for moving gas. So as the mobile phase moves with sample inside this column, it moves very fast and it's also elute this stationary phase slowly. Okay, means stationary phase also travel with a very low speed inside the column during the experiment. Okay, this is a different thing from packed column. The increased amount of stationary phase increases the loading capacity of column but decrease efficiency of the column by increasing retention time. What is the meaning of this line? Suppose if we increase the thickness of this liquid stationary phase, then the overall amount of liquid stationary phase inside the column will be increases. So the loading capacity of the column will increase. Loading capacity means we can increase the size of our sample, because the higher amount of stationary phase means higher volume of stationary phase will dissolve more amount of sample. Okay, but due to increased size of this stationary phase or amount of the stationary phase, decrease efficiency of column by increasing retention time, because higher amount of stationary phase is present, then high amount of sample will be dissolved in this phase, so it will move very slow inside the column and it will retain inside the column for higher time. So its retention time, means retention time of the sample inside the column, will be higher in this case. So according to our sample, we design whether our stationary phase thickness will be higher or lower. The efficiency of these columns is higher with compared to the packed columns. See, the efficiency will be higher compared to packed column, means packed columns show lesser efficiency compared to these type of columns, because these columns have very high length, very lengthy, these are very lengthy. So the mobile phase has sufficient time to resolve its different components, so it gives high efficiency with lesser time compared to these packed columns. Such columns are operated at temperature 10 to 25 degrees Celsius above the boiling point of the highest boiling sample component. Highest boiling sample component means that component which has highest boiling point from all the other components. So these columns generally operated 10 to 25 degrees Celsius above, means suppose our highest boiling point sample contains 100 degrees Celsius boiling point temperature, then our column temperature will be 110 to 125. Okay, so generally the column temperatures generally somewhat higher than the boiling point of sample. The efficiency of these columns is higher than the packed column. As we discussed earlier, the efficiency is higher than the packed column. Why efficiency is higher, we can see in these points. Here the separation is better and faster relatively at low temperature. In case of packed column, we have to put or thermostated the column at higher temperatures compared to the open tubular columns. Okay, so for open tubular column, because the mobile phase is more free for moving, so the high temperature compared to this packed column is not required, so somewhat low temperature, relatively low temperature is sufficient for these type of columns. Usually polar substances are better separated on a polar stationary phase and non-polar substances are better separated on a non-polar stationary phase. This is the well-known concept of chemistry where we see the like dissolve like, means same type of components will dissolve same type of solvent, means organic solvent may dissolve or non-polar solvent may dissolve non-polar components and polar solvents dissolve polar components. So this is the concept. So according to polarity of various components present in this sample, these various components interact differently with this liquid stationary phase, and according to that interaction these will be separated inside the column. Most GLC separations are done with one polar and one non-polar columns. Okay, so what is said here, in many GLC separations we use two columns. Okay, in a single instrumentation we can use more than one type of columns. Suppose our sample which contains non-polar components and which also contains polar components. So for non-polar components we will use a column which contains a non-polar liquid stationary phase, which liquid stationary phase has different partition coefficients for that non-polar substances, and polar substances will not retain inside that column. Then we attach another column, a second column, where our polar substances which are present in the same sample separates accordingly. Okay, so more than one column could be used for a single experiment. The carrier gas used is nitrogen, helium or hydrogen. These are the carrier gases as we have discussed in previous lectures. The selection of carrier gas depends upon the availability and purity of gas and also upon the type of detector used. These things I have discussed in earlier lecture. Now, the method of packing of column in GLC. How we make column or how we prepare column for GLC instrument. So here the packing is shown for packed column. Okay, a packed column packing, how we prepare a packed column, it is shown in these points. First, what we do to make a packed column, we require actually three parts or three components to make a packed column: a solid support, a liquid stationary phase which is non-volatile, and a volatile liquid. See, we require three components: solid support, which is a high surface area material, a non-volatile liquid stationary phase, and third one is volatile liquid phase. Okay, that volatile is only liquid phase, that is not stationary phase. So using these three components we prepare a semi-solid form or a slurry. You can say a slurry of that three components. At that semi-solid slurry will be filled in the column. Okay, will be filled in that column and will be put to dry for 1 to 2 days, and we like this we prepare this column. See these points: the liquid stationary phase is first dissolved in some volatile solvent. See, this is one component which is non-volatile and other is volatile. So this liquid stationary phase will be dissolved in some volatile solvents. Then this is then mixed with solid support in an open container, any type of container. We mix this mixture in this on this solid support, and we make a type of semi-solid slurry. Okay, then the solvent is then allowed to vaporize. Which solvent? That volatile solvent. This solvent will be allowed to dry. Now see, observe these lines. What has been said, that these volatile solvent is used to dissolve this, because the solid support, on this solid support we have to make very thin layer of this liquid stationary phase. So we cannot directly mix this stationary liquid phase on this solid support. First we dissolve it in this volatile solvent which is in higher amount. So to improve or to increase the amount of this mixture, we mix this with this volatile solvent, and this homogeneously covers this solid support. Then after that we vaporize this volatile solvent from this mixture, and remaining portion what is, that is only solid support, and over this a very thin coated stationary liquid phase. Now our liquid stationary phase is ready for filling inside the column. Next, solid particle over which the liquid stationary phase is distributed uniformly is packed in column with tapping or vibrating. See, when our uniformly coated this liquid stationary phase is ready, then it is packed in the column, okay, by tapping or vibrating. By using this vibration, the material inside the column will be filled homogeneously without remaining any blank space or air space inside the column. So this column will be completely packed, which is done using we can use a vibrator or vibrating or this type of technique. In certain conditions, the packing material is a porous bead of a copolymer of styrene or divinyl benzene. These two solid support are shown. These are copolymers, styrene of or divinyl benzene. These type of porous beads, very small size beads, could be used for this for as used as solid support for packing this material. Here exchange of samples take place between gas and porous beads. This may be considered as an intermediate between GSC and GLC. Here a special example is shown for this copolymer, where in this copolymer beads, this is, we can say this is the example of in between example of like GSC and GLC. Means if we use this type of advanced materials, these packing materials, then both adsorption and partitioning, both type of principles may work simultaneously inside the column during experiment. Okay, because these sample molecules could be dissolved or adsorbed on the surface of this type of copolymer styrene divinyl benzene material. So this is the different example from this liquid stationary phase. This is somewhat different example. Okay, now the conditioning of column. What is the conditioning? Before experiment, first we run the column as blank, because we know that after packing of the column, some volatile impurities left inside the column. Okay, so prior to experiment, prior to starting experiment where actually we inject the sample, see the actual experiment, GC experiment, it starts when we inject our sample. When we inject our sample, before injecting the sample, we just flow the carrier gas inside the column. Okay, inside the column, so it removes, this carrier gas removes some volatile impurities which are already present during preparation of column, will be removed from the column, and that column will be ready for, or will be ideal for this sample. So the column first heat at 10 to 20 degrees Celsius above to this column temperature. Due to this high temperature, the volatile impurities are easy to remove. The carrier gas passing through the column flushes out any volatile impurities. Okay, it flushes out any volatile impurities which are already present inside the column. Okay, this process will not remove liquid stationary phase, because liquid stationary phase is a non-volatile phase. This may be carried out for a period of 6 to 12 hours. So for a very long time duration, this process may be carried out, that is called conditioning, to remove these volatile impurities and prepare that column for the actual experiment. This is known as conditioning of column. Ideally prepared and conditioned columns show a zero baseline on the recorder upon passage of carrier gas alone. Means actually this is the normalization, or we can say that a type of normalization of the instrument, where the finally we only get the peaks of sample, only the peaks of sample, even we will not get the peaks for these carrier gas or other impurities. Okay, so these are the various types of columns as we have learned: packed columns and open tubular columns. See, in GLC we use solid support, in GSC we used only solid support, high, which is high porous polymers, which could, means here only GLC GSC difference is shown. In GSC we use liquid stationary phase, and GSC we use only solid support, where adsorption takes place and here partition takes place. So these are the differences are shown. Their OTC column or open tubular columns are also called capillary columns. Okay, as we know that capillaries have blank space inside their lumen. There are two types of coated columns: wall coated and support coated. Means here a division is shown for open tubular column, where we can coat liquid stationary phase directly on the walls of the column. Okay, directly a thin layer of liquid stationary phase directly on the walls. But the other way is we can coat these liquid stationary phase with solid support. Okay, means as we prepared a solid support for columns, packed columns, that that liquid stationary phase which already contains these solid support particles, these combinedly may coat over the wall of the open tubular column. So these are called as plot porous layer open tubular columns. Okay, so these SCOT columns are generally less efficient than WCOT columns. Both type of capillary columns are more efficient than packed columns, as we have seen earlier that open tubular column, whatever is its type, these all type of columns which are open tubular are always more efficient than packed columns. This is surface coated open tubular, this is wall coated, means here the liquid phase, which is liquid, non-volatile liquid or solvent, is directly coated over wall, insider wall of the column, but here the liquid stationary phase is generally first coated over this solid support. Okay, and then that solid support containing liquid phase is coated on wall of the column. So maybe two types of column we can prepare in these open tubular type columns. So these are shown, these three types. This is the packed column, this is very well known, where we see the whole space inside the column is completely filled with liquid stationary phase. Okay, completely filled, that is packed column. Now porous layer open tubular column, where these solid particles are present, these solid particles, these solid support particles are present over which liquid stationary phase is coated, and here only liquid stationary phase is directly coated over the wall, insider wall of this open tubular column. So these three types of columns are shown. One type is for packed column and two types are for open tubular columns. This is porous layer open tubular column and this is wall coated. Now column thermostating, we know that we have to put column temperature which should be higher than the boiling points of sample. So put this column temperature higher, we use jackets, a type of jackets which cover, or type of oven which cover this column. Okay, actually the detectors, column and sample injection chamber or injection port, all these components are covered with the thermostating. For accurate work, we necessary to control column temperature to a few 10 to a degree, means 1/10 part of a degree, 1/10 part of a degree Celsius temperature could make difference of experiment inside the column. So throughout the experiment, the temperature of the column should be constant, should be very fixed. It should not fluctuate. It should not fluctuate. So to make this fixed temperature, we use this type of thermostating assembly. Okay, so these can be controlled by jackets equipped with vapors of boiling liquid. Some boiling liquid vapors could be used to remain constant for the temperature inside the column, which work as thermostat, or it could be electrically heated metal blocks or circulating air baths. These circulating air baths, which are hot air baths, these type of assemblies could be used as thermostat. Boiling point of sample and degree of separation achieved are two important factors upon which the optimum column temperature depends. The optimal resolution is associated with moderate temperature, means the column temperature should not be very high or should not be very low. That actually depends on the nature of sample. If our column temperature is very high, then we will not get better separation, and if our column temperature is comparatively low, then we may get high resolution, but the resolution time or the experiment time will be very high. Okay, So compounds of low boiling point elute at low temperature, as we know that contains low boiling point that elute at lower temperatures. Compounds which have high boiling points at higher temperatures, these will elute at higher temperatures, resulting in the broader and shallower peaks require temperature programming. So it is a new term which is temperature programming, which I will discuss in next lecture. Thank you for listening the lecture.